As many of you know from previous videos, this is the ghost tree at Bandon Dunes. So, word on the street is this thing shifted about 5 feet this last year, and it might not be around for a whole much longer. I think it's like 150 years old right now. It's on a sand dune. So that was my original picture that started my relationship with Bandon. And then when I went back, I took a bunch more pictures of this just to get a better, view. And now, sometime soon, they're opening a new restaurant there at Old Mac's in Bandon, and it's going to be called the Ghost Tree. So the plan here is to make one of these and not just cut it out. The plan is to actually make it to scale, put all the right branches where they're supposed to be, preserve a little history, and kind of take myself and hopefully some of you guys on kind of a fun project, guys and gals. But this is kind of a ultimate metal artist dream. It's such a beautiful, figure, and instead of having something in front of me that I'm painting, I'm actually going to try to do this three-dimensional out of metal. So I went and got that right there, a piece of 3.5-inch pipe, got a piece of 2-inch tubing. I've got a whole bunch of tubing there. Over here in the shop on the back side, I got a whole bunch of rod, different size rod, and I'm gonna cut out, I'm basically gonna make branches, weld, sand, a little tigging, a lot of migging, a lot of bending, and I'm going to just take you on this little journey. I'm going to put a couple hours in, hopefully, if I can get like 10 hours in a week, and it's time it's not costing me money from my normal welding jobs and gate jobs, it should be kind of fun. It's not going to be quick. And the one thing I'm going to do when I do this is you're going to see me sitting there with a tape measure a lot, try to figure out scale. So if you look at, how wide that tree is in the bottom, I actually have a picture of me standing next to it. So I know by scale that main trunk going up and down there, if I go 10 foot with that, it's about, it's somewhere around, I think, 43 or 44 feet in the air. So, and then I'm going to look at this branch right here, that big kicker going off the side. That's going to be the first thing I build in relationship to the trunk, and that's going to help me scale out all these small branches that are up top there. One of the reasons this thing's been there so long is just how perfectly balanced it is. And I'm going to try to do the same and keep this thing really, really, really well balanced. It's the only reason it's still standing up. If there wasn't that top kicker on the top and just had this big branch on this and all these branches were going this way, like most trees do, they force themselves the sun, then this thing would have been down probably about 50, 60 years ago and be a bunch of worms right now. So anyway, that's kind of one of the beauty of this is I got a few more pictures. I got the backside. I got shooting straight up in the air. I'm going to really work off this original one that I took. It means a lot to me. It's the first time I saw it, but basically, and what I'm going to do also with this is I'm going to make two. I'm going to make one, about quarter scale and the other one about eighth scale. So I'm going to make one that's small. And then what I do with that is going to be a question. What I do with the big one's also going to be a question. But But anyway, you'll know more about that later as this thing starts getting built. But if I'm going to cut this branch out, or form this branch and put the little kickers on the side of it and everything else, I'm going to just do one half of that size, and that's what this smaller piece of tubing's for. That's my main trunk for that one. So I've got big, huge, heavy pipe, quarter wall, 3.5-inch black pipe. That's going to stand up almost anything. Put a plate on it, put a nice, something good in the ground that's going to support it. It can bolt down. That'll be there forever. This one is going to be a lot more mobile. And what I'm going to do is go big and then do the small one, and then go big and small. So by the time this project's done, I'm going to have 2 of these. That might be one just for myself. It might be one that I could, put in some gallery someplace. There's a lot of people that think this tree is really cool, and they have no idea what Bandon Dunes or Old MacDonald is, or the ghost tree is. So the other star of the show is going to be Benny. Benny's got his ball. I figure, 1,000 hours, at least 20 balls an hour. There's 20,000 throws involved for this. So I'm going to build my arm up. Actually, is he taking a nap? No. But anyway, as he's getting bigger, he actually might sit down every 5 minutes or so and not drop the ball at my feet. But anyway, Benny's going to enjoy the heck out of this. I'm going to enjoy this. I hope you guys enjoy it too. And I'll try to keep these videos going every week or two and let you see the progress on this project. So anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys get some enjoyment out of this. Please, if you see me doing something wrong, comment like a big dog. And if you got better ways to bend pipe, if you got better ways to attach pipe, if you got better ways to make it look like a tree, I'd sure appreciate it. I've done some stuff like this in the past, so I'm going to build on that knowledge, but hopefully I'm going to learn a whole bunch about working metal and welding metal and sanding metal and everything else as this project comes to fruition. So anyway, I'll show you, I'll check back in a few minutes here, and we're going to actually stand that big piece of pipe up, because I'm going to have it, and then I want to be able to build it in an upright position. And I'm going to mount that right to that floor with some torque screws and a nice steel plate, and be able to work off that. Once it gets high and taller, I will actually cut it, and I'm going to cut that pipe just below this branch here. And then I'll save this piece here, and you can see some of the really, really cool things. I'll try to focus the camera. So anyway, you'll see some of these really cool features, these lines and stuff like that. It would be a shame if I didn't do that. And you could also see, like this branch right here, in this picture, looks like that in this picture. So anywho, it's going to be fun. We're going to make this thing stand up and start looking like something. And as it really looks like something, it'll be a lot more fun to work on. It's always hard the first couple days when you're doing a project, but it's like framing a house. How much fun is building the foundation and then pouring the foundation. It's when the walls start going up. That's when it looks like a house. So anyway, we're going to have fun with this. Enjoy.